Hello and welcome to the International Football Goblet. Ref, Hello and welcome to the International Football Goblet, episode 4. I can't believe we made it this far. I kind of feel like the English right now. The round of 16s is over and we're heading into the quarterfinals, and there's been a lot of upsets, a lot of shocks, so many penalty shootouts. Way too many penalty shootouts. My team, Mexico, has been knocked out. My other team, Spain, has been knocked out. Egypt has been knocked out. I feel like I've been cursed. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm personally responsible. Everybody was rooting for Mexico. They were the underdogs of the tournament. They were playing so well, but were no match for the power of Neymar and his squad. Neymar has quickly become the villain of the entire competition. No one can stop talking about how much, what word, I don't even know what word, like flopper, that's a good word. Despite the fact that he played really, really well this game, he scored the first goal, he set up the second goal. The internet has been trashing him constantly about the fact that he seems to be trying to win an Oscar instead of trying to win a World Cup. Legendary Man U goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel had this to say:
"It's not on. This has got to stop. If you're the best player in the world, the most expensive player in the world, that's not how you play."
Oof. That's harsh. Another legendary player, Frenchman Eric Cantona, chimed in as well.
"This is my new luggage. I called it Neymar. Because of the color, but mainly because of this. You barely touch it, and it turns round and round for hours."
Obviously, Eric Cantona knows a thing or two about fair play.
Oh, what's going on here? Cantona's getting involved with some supporters. Oh, this is outrageous.
Oh no, we didn't forget. And one of the best matches of the tournament so far, France massacred Argentina 4-3. It was a hell of a game and a really sad exit for Messi in what could possibly be his final chance at the World Cup. The Argentinians looked frazzled the entire time. It's a miracle they managed to score 3 goals. Messi kind of hovering at the side, not communicating with his players even though he's the captain. Maradona himself said he was disappointed with the way that Messi played. When asked in an interview, Maradona also said that he was willing to coach the Argentinians for free, to which the Argentinians had this to say.
What? It's freaky.
Maradona, I'm gonna say this again. Please get help. We love you. Please stay away from football for a while. Also stay away from the cocaine. That wasn't white wine you were drinking, my friend. One person who did shine during the France-Argentina match was 19-year-old Kylian Mbappe. The PSG forward dominated that game, scoring 2 goals and proving that he could be the standout player for this entire tournament. Fellow Frenchman Paul Pogba quite honestly said that Mbappe is better than he ever was at that age. In fact, Pogba, who's usually painted as a villain in a lot of the British press, is really becoming the nice guy of this competition. He also had a lot of really kind words to say to Messi, who he just beat, saying that Messi has always been an idol of his and will continue to be so. Good on you, Pogba. Uruguay shocked Portugal and kicked out the other major player in this tournament, Ronaldo, with another PSG player, Edison Cavani, finally scoring those 2 golden goals. The dude's 31 years old. This also could be his final chance to win a World Cup for his team and for his country. But there is some sad news for Cavani. He was subbed off late in that game with a hamstring injury that proved to be quite serious. He wasn't training with the team ahead of their big match against France, and it looks like he's not going to be on the pitch this time around, leaving the hopes and dreams of Uruguay squarely on Luis Suarez's teeth. Luis Suarez has contained himself so far. No one has been bitten, yet he's found other ways to be a jerk. When Frenchman Antoine Griezmann said that he considered Uruguay his second home, said some of his best friends are Uruguayan, Luis Suarez responded by saying that Griezmann is not Uruguayan. He has no idea what it means to be Uruguayan, and Uruguayans don't see him as one of their own. Classy move. Another heartbreak in this tournament was Japan getting knocked out in the 94th minute of their match with Belgium. They were dominating the start of the second half, 2 goals up. Out of nowhere, Belgium decided to pull all of their resources together and score 3 goals in a row. The last one in the final play of the match by Nasser Chadli, thanks to an incredible dummy by Lukaku. I think it's a goal of the tournament so far. Japan, being as classy as they always were, wasn't content with the videos of their fans cleaning up the stadium. The players themselves cleaned up their entire dressing room, left a thank you note written in Russian. I don't know, like it just like There's so much dirty play at this tournament so far. The fact that you have a team like Japan showing how sportsmanship is meant to be, I think it's an example for everybody. Thank you, Japan. I really don't want to talk about this match at all, but I have to. Russia knocked Spain out of the World Cup.
Everyone I know goes away in the end.
I don't know what happened. Nobody knows what happened. Spain went in being one of the favorites of the tournament and then getting knocked out by Russia, who didn't necessarily play well. They had 5 people in the defense the entire time. They seemed to just want to survive. Of course, it didn't stop the Egyptians from trolling the hell out of Sergio Ramos for what he did to Mohamed Salah. Speaking of Mohamed Salah, he just signed a historic deal with his team Liverpool. 5-year contract, $49 million worth. It is the most Liverpool has ever spent on any of their players. So, Salah is laughing all the way to the bank, Ramos. Of course, with Spain getting knocked out, we had to say goodbye to one of the greatest players in Spanish history, Andres Iniesta. Meanwhile, Sergio Ramos says that he is committed to stay on and will come and play in Qatar 2022, even if he has to come with a grey beard. Ramos, just leave. Just leave. Just do us all a favor and just... England knocked out Colombia and made it through after 120 minutes of possibly the most boring football we have seen this World Cup so far. The English, of course, were ecstatic, and their whole it's coming home mantra thing continues annoyingly, but the internet was full of memes celebrating England's win as if they won the World Cup. Even BBC commentators couldn't help but celebrate whatever they're celebrating.
And that will be mirrored up and down the land as England.
Seriously, Britain, cool it down. Just cool it down. To be fair, it was a big deal for England because they finally broke their penalty shootout curse, which has been in place since 1996 when their now coach, Gareth Southgate, missed a crucial penalty against Germany in the Euro, knocking them out and cursing them for the next 22 years. Croatia beat Denmark in possibly the worst penalty shootout that I've ever seen in my life. There was so much going wrong there. The goalkeepers were off their lines. The players were apparently playing curling instead of soccer. Sweden beat Switzerland, which meant that the Albanian trio that we've known to come and love are going home empty-handed. One thing that we did find out over the last few days was the story of the Nigerian captain, John Obi Mikel, who apparently, and this is true, hours before their crucial match against Argentina, received a call from some kidnappers in Nigeria telling him that his father had been kidnapped and that they were asking him for ransom. They also told him that he couldn't tell anybody, the authorities, his team managers, anybody about it, or else they would kill his father. Thankfully, his father's alright. He's gone to hospital now, he's being treated, but until the authorities in Nigeria were alerted and made the story public, he couldn't say a word. It's crazy. Alright, quarterfinals, guys. Let's make some predictions. Hey, what's up?
Thanks for having me on the show.
No worries.
I'm a big fan. International football goblet, you know what I mean?
Trademark.
But I do think that this show brought bad luck towards all the teams of the
What?
Global South. You supported Egypt, Egypt lost. You
Yes.
supported Mexico, Mexico lost.
I supported
Then you supported
Spain.
Colombia, Colombia lost. Even Spain lost. Every team you support loses. Please don't support France.
So,
So who's playing who, man? Tell me, update me.
Uruguay is playing France.
Ooh, France, easy one. France, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, look, no, they're very good in the back. Like they have Godin, who's the captain in the back. But the problem is with Uruguay, they're very unpredictable because they have, you know, the amazing strike force. They have Suarez and Cavani.
But Cavani is injured. He's unlikely to be
Really?
playing against France. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they're one man down. Suarez is going to have to lead the team.
Do you think he will lead the team like this? You know, because he bites people.
He's like
likes
the
biting people.
Pac-Man of football.
The Pac-Man. Hey, shout out to the Pac-Man, Mala Suarez. Please don't bite anyone, bro.
Don't bite anybody.
All the French players are advised to take vaccinations before they play Uruguay.
Brazil and Belgium. Brazil was on form against Mexico. It was the first time that we saw them in the World Cup, I think, actually play like Brazil. But Belgium, like what they did against Japan in those last 25 minutes was insane.
For me, the thing about Belgium that makes it amazing is the amount of options they have. They had Mertens, they had Lukaku, they had Eden Hazard, they had Carrasco, they had Meunier, they had Witsel. All the big stars were there. Even when he came on and he brought the subs, he brought Nasser Chadli, and then he brought Marwan Fellaini, which is funny that 2 Arabs came and saved Belgium.
Ronaldo's out. Messi's out. Do you think this is going to be Neymar's World Cup?
It's definitely not Mohamed Salah. In my eyes, Neymar doesn't look like a leader.
No.
You know, he doesn't you have Thiago Silva, even Paulinho, a guy like Paulinho who's not rated as a massive football star. For me, when I see his attitude on the pitch, his work rate and so on, he seems to me like more of a leader. I don't see Brazil as Neymar's team. I see Neymar as, yes, the biggest name in Brazil, but I don't see him carrying the team.
Russia, Croatia. Now, I don't know what is happening with Russia. Obviously, they're riding high on a lot of momentum. Against that Spain match, there was 100,000 Russians booing every Spanish player that was taking that penalty. Obviously, it's going to have an impact.
Why are you so salty?
Croatia is a much better team on paper. And they are favorites for this game if you just look at towards in the sense of this lineup versus this lineup. But Russia, you know, Russia obviously has everyone behind it. And also they do have key players. Like this kid Golovin, the 19-year-old, he's amazing. Bro.
Yeah.
Like he's really, really good.
All right, finally, Sweden versus England. Is it coming home or is it not coming home?
First of all, I blame you for Sweden winning. How the fuck did Sweden win? My money's on England, man. And even if they don't win this tournament, I really believe that this jinx of the England team will stop with this team, because this team has a lot of chemistry. They're clearly very close. They're a young team. Many of them play in the same side, Tottenham, which obviously Tottenham hasn't won anything, but I mean, in the same time, hopefully England will. Nice. Can I just ask for one last thing?
Yeah, sure,
Can you
man.
not kick me out of the show this time? Can you at least do that thing where you're like, thank you, Ahmed, and then do that jump cut, or are you gonna kick me out again? Awkward, very awkward.
I don't know, man.
Alright, let's just end it civilly.
Okay.
Just this time civilly, okay?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's fine. That's fine.
Don't push me, bro.
I'm not gonna push you.
Zainab, please tell him not to push me.
I'm not gonna push anybody, okay? That concludes episode 4 of International Football Goblet. Of course, now that there's all these gaps between the rounds, I don't know what to do with myself. Might take up a hobby, start knitting. Last time I asked you who you thought was gonna win the tournament. Now I wanna know who you think is going to be the player of the tournament. My bet is on Mbappe. Who do you think? Let us know. And also, it's not coming home, England. I'm saying it again, it's not coming home. Prove me wrong. All right, are we doing a meme review?
Yes.
Meme review! No, I'm not,
He's not 9 years old.
I don't do that. Other people might clap. I don't clap for memes. All right, kids, I'm gonna tell you an incredible story. The story of when your Uncle Barney convinced me to play on the World Cup just to impress some girls. That's amazing. Watching the World Cup and this idiot decides to advertise my Wi-Fi password. Why are Wi-Fi passwords so complicated? What is your favorite yoga pose of the day? I'm sorry, Neymar. Like, you're getting a lot of trash. You're one of the greatest players on the face of the planet. You kind of deserve it, though. Like, he changed his haircut twice during the World Cup. Twice. Like, somewhere in Russia is a barber who did Neymar's hair while watching highlights of the World Cup that he's supposed to be training for. I don't know.